Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maria. If you watch this video and you enjoy it, don't be shy, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for any future videos on narcissistic abuse recovery and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Today I have a very practical video for you on why going no contact is so important. It's not need, and why it is so necessary for our brain. So we all have a part of the brain called the limbic system. In the limbic system, this is what houses the abilities we have to store memory. This is the part of the brain that deals with arousal and emotions. So this part of the brain is what gets affected when we go through long-term emotional, psychological, mental abuse. All right, so this is called the limbic system. You may notice that your brain is on this loop, right? Your mind is on this loop, and it cannot stop thinking about trauma. It cannot stop thinking about this breakup and what happened in this divorce. And so this is because in the limbic system, your brain is on something called a limbic system trauma loop, where it is so activated that it cannot stop thinking about the trauma. Okay? So in the limbic system, when the limbic system is damaged because of this long-term abuse, this affects our hormones. Our hormones become unbalanced. So what happens when our hormones become unbalanced? This affects our emotions. It's no wonder why when we go through narcissistic abuse, we react out of emotion. Do you notice how your logical brain is shut down and your emotional brain is so activated? So it's important to know that the limbic system is the part of the brain in which the 4 trauma responses originate, where they come from. So this could be the fight, flight, freeze, or FAWN trauma response. If you notice that you have problems with addiction, let's say, so this comes from the flight trauma response. This is something that you're doing, using drugs, alcohol, sex addiction, whatever it may be, to escape feeling your feelings. Your mind is actually thinking that it's protecting you by using these substances so that you don't have to feel your feelings. That's how trauma responses work. Our brains are actually trying to protect ourselves from pain, and this comes from the limbic system. So within the limbic system, we have some different structures, right? So one of these structures is called the amygdala. When we go through long-term emotional abuse, the amygdala is activated. The amygdala is where our emotions are processed. So you have to think about that. Like I was saying earlier, we get very emotional. We are very reactive when just coming out of a narcissistic relationship. Maybe we are out of the narcissistic relationship and we notice that in our regular life, we are becoming reactive. We are taking things personally. We are taking offense to things that people are saying because we are so reactive. This comes from the long-term emotional abuse causing the amygdala to be activated. This is where this emotional response is coming from. This is what's triggered. So another structure that we have alongside the amygdala is called the hippocampus. And how that differs is the hippocampus is what stores our memory, and it is in charge of learning new information. So isn't it true that when we go through narcissistic abuse, it might be hard to remember things? It might be hard to remember things that happened in the past. It might be hard to remember things that happened 30 seconds ago. And it's also probably hard to learn new information. This limbic system trauma loop might be going to a point where you can't even concentrate on things that you would like to be concentrating on. So this is due to the fact that you have been through long-term emotional abuse. Your amygdala is so activated, your emotions are so activated that it's causing the hippocampus to actually shrink. So the brain cells inside of the hippocampus are actually dying, and this is causing you to have a hard time remembering things and learning and retaining new information. So that's the limbic system, and just a small part of it too is the amygdala and the hippocampus, both structures that are affected by emotional abuse. So you might be saying, Maria, what does this have to do with going no contact? Until we go no contact, the amygdala is going to continue to be activated. All right, so we're not protecting ourselves. We're doing something that if we have CPTSD, we call self-abandoning. So we're saying it's more important to be friends or to have open communication with someone that abused us than it is to completely cut off communication and work with our brain and try to heal ourselves. Okay, so going no contact is the way in which we're able to actually calm our amygdala and allow our hippocampus to grow so that we are able to learn new things. We are able to live in peace and remember events that happened in our lives and to really feel as if we are, a normal person. So, as you know, a narcissist may hoover and they may not. If you don't know what hoovering is exactly, check out my video on narcissistic terms. But hoovering would be coming back, just hoovering, like literally think about it, like swarming around. When is the right time to come back into this person's life? It may be if they find out that you just had surgery and they know that you're vulnerable. If they find out that you just got out of a breakup and they know you are vulnerable, right? Like a hawk. So they're hoovering. So how can we prevent hoovering from happening? By going no contact. They now are not able to have access into your life. They won't know these things about you. They won't be able to hoover you to come back, because when a narcissist comes back into your life, you have to understand that's you saying, I give you permission to treat me how you treated me. In their mind. In your mind, you're saying, I'm going to give this person another chance. I love them. In a narcissist, someone with narcissistic personality disorder, in their mind, they're thinking, you allowed me to do it once. It's okay in this relationship, right? So unless you go no contact and say, this is not okay in this situation, I am not going to let someone treat me like this. In my life, things are going to be different. You stop self-abandoning and you're there for yourself. All right, so until you do that, you're leaving the door open for someone to come into your life and abuse you. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something from it. If you did, don't be shy, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for any future videos on narcissistic abuse recovery and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I am always here for you. My email address is in the comments. Comment on this video and let's get a conversation going about how you yourself went no contact with the narcissist in your life. And as always, I wish you all the love in the world.